Good morning, dear students. Once again, I welcome you all on the online session of our class 10 information technology class. Now, in this today's class, we are going to discuss the left out portions which were being left in our previous discussion. That is, while considering the concept of image and drawing objects, we have left some of the key points which we are going to discuss in today's class. So the first point which we will be discussing here is image positioning within the text. Now, how we can position our images within the text? Say it can be a picture, a clip art, a file, a smart art, graphs, or any other kind of drawing objects. So what happens actually, whenever there is a need for insertion of a graphic to a text document, when you add a graphic to a text document, you need to choose how to position it. See, in order to add a graphic to the text document, first of all we need to think how to position it, at what location we should position it with respect to the text. Suppose I have entered text inside our document as well. Along with that, graphics need to be inserted. Then, based on our choice, we need to find out where to position it, where to position the graphic with respect to the text document. Now, here graphic means that all the things which we have discussed, that is images, smart art, clip art, drawing objects, all those things. So, with respect to the text, how to position it and other graphics. These things we should consider while we need to choose on our own while inserting a graphic to a text document. Now, the positioning of graphic is often rather time consuming and may be very frustrating for both inexperienced and experienced users. Now, what happens? Sometimes even most of the experienced user also find it difficult to position the graphics inside a document within the text, because it is rather time consuming, and hence it becomes frustrating for both the people who are experienced as well as inexperienced persons. Now, apart from these two, there is one more limitation. There are certain limitation to the flexibility in positioning images, and it takes time to get things exactly as we would like them. So apart from these 2 points, one more thing is there, that is certain limitations we need to follow. There are certain limitations on the flexibility of positioning our image. The flexibility of positioning of our image is having some limitation, and it is a tedious task as well. So image positioning within text consists of these 3 difficulties which we might face whenever there is a need for insertion of a graphics to a text document. Now, what are the different settings? What are the 4 different settings that needs to be taken care of? What are the 4 different settings that needs to be taken care of while controlling the positioning of graphics before inserting a graphics into a particular location or positioning a particular kind of graphics, whether it is an image, a video, picture clip, smart art. So in order to position it, there are 4 settings which needs to be taken care of. This is very important. Remember, the first one is arrangement. Now, in general, arrangement means systematic and orderly collection of certain items, correct? So here in terms of OpenOffice, it refers to the placement of graphics on an imaginary vertical axis. Here, whenever we are inserting the graphic into our OpenOffice document, we should always remember that the graphic should be placed on an imaginary vertical axis, and vertical axis will be there based on which we need to place our graphics. Now, what happens? Arrangement actually controls how graphics are stacked upon one another or relative to the text. Now, if 2 or 3 graphics are there, how they needs to be stacked one over the other? Suppose 2-3 texts are there which need to be stacked one over the other, means kept one over the other. In such situation, arrangement controls how those graphics need to be stacked one over the other or relative to the text. In respect to the text, how they can be arranged, those things can be handled by using The first setting, that is arrangement. The second one is alignment. What is actually an alignment? It refers to the vertical or horizontal placement of graphics in relation to the chosen anchor point. Now here one term came up, anchor point. Anchor point is a specific point based on which our arrangement needs to be done or alignment needs to be done. Okay, so here we will simply choose a vertical or horizontal placement of graphics. We will choose an anchor point, and based on that particular anchor point, we need to place our graphics vertically or horizontally. In case of alignment, first of all, we need to select an anchor point, and based on our choosing the anchor point, the graphic should be aligned vertically or horizontally with respect to that particular anchor point. Okay, then here from that anchor point, one more thing, the third point, third setting that came into play is anchoring. What is actually an anchoring? So anchoring is simply the reference point for the graphics. Now suppose at a particular location in a document we need to insert our graphics with respect to the text, whether it is vertically or horizontally. We have chosen a particular point, say that particular point, also known as reference point. That particular point is also known as reference point. Now this point can be a page. See, this point, this anchor point or reference point can be selected as a page or frame where the object is a paragraph or even character, where the object has to be placed, and it can be a paragraph or even character. Okay, the first thing is that anchor point can be a page, can be on a page on a particular point, or it can be a frame where this object is located, our object is located, where this graphics is located, or it can be even a paragraph or even character. So if we are inserting a graphic inside a paragraph, in such situation anchor point can be chosen as a paragraph as well, and if we need to insert a graphics before a character, then that character can also be chosen as an anchor point or a reference point. An image always has an anchor point. So we should always remember that whenever there is a need for insertion of an image, it should always be having an anchor point. Now let us come to the next. Settings to access control. Okay. So three types of settings we have already discussed. The first one was arrangement, second one was alignment, third one was anchor point, arrangement, alignment, anchor point, and the fourth option is text wrapping. Now what is text wrapping? The relation of graphics to the surrounding text is called text wrapping. Whenever we establish a relationship or a connectivity between graphics and the text which surround that graphics, it is called text wrapping. And this which may wrap around the graphics or one or both sides, be overprinted behind or in front of the graphics, or treat the graphics as a separate paragraph or character. So text wrapping is simply nothing in general terms, you remember it. The relationship of a graphic object to the surrounding text is called text wrapping. Okay, so these are the four settings which we should remember always whenever we need positioning of objects in a controlled manner. First one is arrangement, alignment, anchoring, and text wrapping. These four are very important. Now let us come to the settings, how we can access control positioning of object. What are the different settings, and from where we can obtain it, from where we can find out these settings in order to access control positioning of objects. From the format menu, the first option is we need to go to the format menu where we can find alignment, arrange, wrap, and anchor option, both for images and drawing objects. So we will side by side take a look on the steps as well. After discussing the steps, we will have a look over the steps which we are going to do. So from the format menu in OpenOffice, we need to go to format menu first, followed by, in the format menu only we will be getting alignment, arrangement, wrapping, and anchoring option. So where it is, let's see. This is OpenOffice. So here go to format option, click, and from format option only, see, 4 options are there which I have just discussed: anchor, wrap, alignment, arrangement. So these 4 settings we need to take care of. We have to take care of whenever we are positioning any graphics inside our text or inside our document. So anchor, under anchor options are there: bring to front, forward 1, back 1, send to back 2, foreground to background. So it depends on our requirement, on the chosen requirement based on which I have to insert our graphics. So let us see by inserting a graphics. Insert picture from file. Suppose I am inserting a picture from file, this one, open. Okay, I have inserted a picture from file. Now I am using the anchor option or any of the other 3 settings options. Say anchor option I am choosing to page. See, what are the things that is going to happen whenever we are selecting. See, anchor to page. If we have done it to page, then our picture got attached to the border on the top. To paragraph, suppose according to paragraph we need to arrange, then it will be like this. Suppose wrapping option is there. These are the various options which can be chosen whenever we select wrap option. Alignment, now top. If we need alignment on top, it can be done. Aligning top like this, line on the top. Drag it and your picture will be aligned on the top. So these are the various options which are available under the format tab in Microsoft OpenOffice. Now the second, from the pop-up menu displayed when you right click on the graphics. Apart from this format menu, one more method is there, that is by choosing the graphic object. By choosing the graphic object, we can directly bring up a pop-up menu by right clicking on that particular graphic. So how it is achieved? See. Insert picture from file, DBMS queries. So we have inserted a graphic object. Now simply right click on this graphic object. See, this graphic object, 4 setting options came up: arrange, alignment, anchor and wrapping. And based on our requirement we can choose any of the options. Okay, based on our requirement we can choose any of the options and select where to place our graphics. Where to place our graphics in the document. Then from the object toolbar as shown on the next slide. Now apart from these options, apart from these 2 options of choosing or selecting those 4 settings, there is one more option, that is object toolbar. From the object toolbar also we can achieve all those 4 settings according to our need. Now how an object toolbar looks like. See, this is the look and feel of an object toolbar. This is the object toolbar, as I have already discussed earlier while discussing the concept of object insertion inside document, correct? So this is object toolbar. See, the first tab, that is graphics, it consists of a drop down. That means when we click on the drop down, a list of menus will be appearing in front of us. Applying style is there. Then second one is wrap off. The third is page wrap through. So different options are there. Now let us see the same, how we can achieve it in our document. So for images, from the type and wrapping pages of the picture dialog box, if we need to apply those 4 settings for the images only, then we go to type and wrapping pages of the picture dialog box. So we need to go to first picture dialog box. See, this is the picture dialog box which appeared in front of us. Okay. So to open the picture dialog box, click on the image to select it and then choose format picture, or right click on the graphic and choose picture on the pop-up menu. Now in order to apply anchoring, alignment, arrangement and text wrapping in case of images, we can directly go to picture dialog box. The picture dialog box, the first option is how we can open the picture dialog box. Simply we need to select the image and then need to choose format and go to picture, or simply right click on the graphics and choose picture on the pop-up menu. So how it can be done? See, it is already there in our image. Now suppose I have closed it. Simply right click. See, right click and choose picture on the pop-up menu. So this is the picture dialog box. These are the different settings which can be applied. See, wrap is there, wrapping option is available, correct? So this is also a picture dialog box. Cancel. Okay, so I have closed it. Just once again I am going to open it. Since it was showing some error, that is JDK library has not yet JDK library has not been installed. So okay, so first of all, picture. Suppose we are using picture, from file select PET scan, suppose open. Now once I insert it, see, picture dialog box appeared in front of us, and this is the properties window. So using this properties window, picture dialog box, we can apply those 4 settings. Now apart from this, for drawing objects, if we are using the drawing objects, in order to position and size page of, in order to apply 4 settings to our drawing objects, then it can be performed from the position and size window. So to open the position and size dialog box, we need to go to drawing object to select. First of all, we need to go to a drawing object, we need to select it and then choose format, object, position and size, or right click on the graphic and choose position and size on the pop-up menu. Note that you can only control the alignment and anchoring. Here in this case of drawing objects, only 2 things can be settings can be applied, that is alignment and anchoring. Rest 2, text wrapping and arrangement cannot be done here. So let us see. We need to first of all select a drawing object, and then after clicking that drawing object, we need to choose format, object, position and size. So how it can be achieved? This is it. I am simply deleting it. Remove, delete. Now I have chosen this. Okay, drawing object. Say I have chosen a drawing object. chosen a drawing object. Now after choosing the drawing object, right click and then choose format, object, position and size. So options will be format, object, position and size. Right click, go to format, see position and size. Here it is, position and size. Okay. Apart from this, 4 more options are there: arrange, alignment, wrap, anchor. So from here also we can do all these things: arrangement, alignment, wrapping and anchoring. So these are the 4 most important settings which can be applied whenever we are considering insertion of a graphic object into our text. So picture depicting the steps. So this is the picture of a graphic object toolbar, from where we can choose those settings. Okay. So here I have not shown you the concept. Simply select it, then here it will be appearing. Okay. So in this way we have come to the conclusion of our discussion of settings to access control positioning of objects in OpenOffice. Now we will move to our next topic of today's discussion. That is, the next topic of our today's discussion is tables. Tables in LibreOffice Writer. Working with tables in LibreOffice Writer. So here one more term come into existence. One more new term came into existence, that is LibreOffice Writer. Now LibreOffice is a separate application. It is different from the OpenOffice. It can be downloaded and installed from the LibreOffice open source community website. So let me guide you through the process first. After that I will go ahead with the explanation of the various terminologies in it. So in order to download this application and install it in your device, first of all type LibreOffice in Google Chrome and then press enter. Once you have pressed enter, it will bring us a list of available links from where we can download it. So select the first option. Here see, we have been redirected to the LibreOffice website. Now under the download option, click on the drop down. Once you click on the drop down, a list of options will be appearing in front of you. So choose the first option, that is download LibreOffice. Click on this and then see, here are also different versions showing. There are different versions of LibreOffice which is shown in front of us in this particular page. First one is LibreOffice 7.0.1, then second one is 6.446. Then these are SDK and source code. SDK and source code we don't need here, because we are not going to modify the programs inside this LibreOffice application. So instead we will stick to the first version. Okay, it is available for Linux platform 64, Debian, then RPM, Mac OS also it is available, Windows x86 as well as 64. So latest release version is 7.0.1. So we will be going ahead with this version only. First of all, choose your Windows version. So mine is 64-bit, that's why I have selected the 64-bit. Then click on download link, download button, and it will automatically start your download. Start the download process. Okay, so our download process got started in here. See. Now I am not going to download it again because it has already been downloaded in my device. So once the whole process is over, the downloading is over, you will be able to see this kind of application, LibreOffice 7.0.1. See this one, LibreOffice 7.0.1 Windows underscore x64. So this is the application file which we have already downloaded, and then double click it and go ahead with the next option. You will be able to install it. After installation, let me open the LibreOffice application for the very first time. See, this is the LibreOffice. In start menu you will find the LibreOffice. So I am opening it for the very first time. Okay. So it is getting started. It is getting started. So your first page, that is the cover page, will be looking like this. Cover page of this application will be looking like this. It is similar to OpenOffice application, and these things you need to learn in your previous class. That is, in your 9th standard you might have studied about the LibreOffice, because every task that has been accomplished in class 9th standard was based on this application only. Okay, so here we are. Here also the same applications are there, whichever is there inside the OpenOffice.org document. First one is Writer, then Calc spreadsheet, then Impress presentation, drawing, math formula, database. Fine. So we will begin with Writer document. Since we need to So this is our Writer document. Our Writer document will look like this. See, the layout is just similar to Microsoft Office. It is similar to Microsoft Office, and it also does the same task of the Microsoft Office as well as OpenOffice. Okay. Now here we will learn various terminologies first, followed by creation of those things inside our LibreOffice. So the topic which we are going to discuss here is working with tables in LibreOffice Writer. Here, the first thing which we should remember is what is meant by a table inside our any Writer application. So a table is simply a grid. You might have seen a grid by means of which walls are being constructed, isn't it? So grid is an arrangement of rectangles. It is an arrangement of rectangles or cells in rows and columns. Whenever we arrange, whenever we make an arrangement of rectangles in rows and columns, that will be considered as a grid. So a table is a form of grid. We can use tables to format all or part of our document into columns or rows. Now, based on creation of tables, we can format all or part of our certain documents into columns and rows. Means we can format, we can change the layout, we can make any modification to it using by means of columns and rows. It is the best way to organize graphics, columns, headings and rows. So it is one of the best methodology in order to organize our graphics, columns, headings and rows. This is important, remember. So in your question you might get in your examination you might get question like define a table with all of its features. Okay, so a table is a grid, that is an arrangement of rectangles or cells in rows and columns. Whenever we arrange our the cells in the form of rectangle cells, whenever we arrange the cells in the form of rectangle in rows and column, that will be considered as a table which will be in the form of grid. Now, in order to format all or part of our document, in order to format some part or complete document itself, we can use tables. Okay, and it is the best way to organize graphics, columns, headings and rows. Now, some basic terminologies that are prevalent in a table are, first thing is column, rows, cells. So what are these three terms? We will discuss one by one. A column is a grouping of cells that run from the top to the bottom of a page. Whenever we arrange cells, whenever we arrange cells, that is rectangular boxes from top to bottom. Okay, whenever the arrangement is there, that is grouping of cell is there from top to bottom, that is called as coulomb. Okay. So arrangement of cells or grouping of cells that run from top to bottom of a page is called coulomb. The second one is row, that is whenever we arrange or group cells running from left to right of a page, whenever we arrange or group cells that run from left to right of a page, that will be considered as rows. Now similarly, there is one more term, that is cells. The intersection point between a row and a column is called cells. So whenever a row and a column intersect at a certain point, that particular point will be called as cell. Now we will discuss all those things by means of LibreOffice Writer, by showing those things in your LibreOffice Writer application. So steps involved in inserting a table. First of all, we will learn how to insert a table, followed by the terminologies, that is coulombs, rows, intersection point or cell. So position the insertion point where you want the table to appear. First of all, locate that particular point. You need to anchor that particular location where your table should be appearing, and then from the layout we need to go to table tab and choose insert and select table options. This will display the insert table dialog box. So let me side by side show you the steps as well. See, position the insertion point where you want the table to appear, and then choose table, insert table options. So table, choose, see, these are the different tabs, these are the different building blocks tabs, like in case of Microsoft Office as well as OpenOffice. This is LibreOffice. Now go to Tools. Under Tools, Table, Insert, and then Table option. See, here table option is there. Under table option, insert table, or directly you can insert table using this, or insert. Okay. So here insert table shortcut. One shortcut is there, that is Control F12. Whenever you press Control and F12 keys together, that will be the shortcut for inserting this insert table dialog box. So this is the insert table dialog box which appeared in front of us. See, this will display the insert table dialog box. Enter the number of rows and columns for the table in the number of columns and the number of row boxes. Now, suppose we need 5 number of rows and 5 number of columns, then we need to choose that option in that table dialog box. Insert table dialog box. Here, see, options are there. Name of table, you can name anything. Say exam, or suppose we are creating a teacher table, and number of columns we are inserting as 5, number of rows also 5. Okay. Then table style, you can select from these options. See, there are several options which can be chosen for table style. You can choose any one of them. Then click on insert. See, our table got inserted in front of us. Now, what is coulomb? See, if we select this particular area, that is from this to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this particular location. See, our arrow, whenever I brought my arrow, brought the cursor arrow at this particular location, it displayed downward symbol. Correct? Why downward symbol? Because we are moving towards a coulomb. So this is a coulomb. This is 1 coulomb. This is 2nd coulomb, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Now, once again, if I move our cursor horizontally at this particular location, see, our cursor started pointing towards the right from left. That is horizontally from left to right, it started pointing. This is also known as row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this point, this particular point, see here, 2nd coulomb is getting intersected by 3rd row. Correct? This is the point of intersection of second column and third row. So this hole, if we select this hole, if we consider up to this, it is considered as a cell. This is the intersection point of rows and column. It is also considered as cell. So these are the few terminologies in a LibreOffice whenever we need to insert tables in LibreOffice. So this is how we can insert the tables in our LibreOffice Writer application. See, the same is being depicted by a picture in front of you. See, if we go ahead and select, choose insert option, go to table tab. From there you need to choose insert option, and then table options will be there, or indirectly or directly you can also choose Ctrl plus F12. When you press Ctrl and F12 keys together, it directly our table will be inserted. The table insert dialog box will appear, and based on our requirement we can select the number of rows and columns, and that particular rows and columns when will be meeting in a specific location, that location will also be considered as cell. Okay, so this is the picture depicting the same. Now auto feed option in the table menu. Apart from this, one more option is there inside the table menu, that is auto feed option. See, under auto feed option, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 options are there. Under auto feed category, 3 options are there. These are, first is column width, second is auto feed to content, and auto feed to windows. So how we can achieve all these tasks? What is the purpose of fixing column width? We can set a precise width to be used by all the columns in our table by clicking in the fixed column width scroll box and entering the value there. See, suppose there is a specific role, there is a specific need for setting a particular width for the content which has to be inserted inside our different cells in our table. In such situation, we may choose this option, fixed column width. We can select the we can choose a particular column width for each and every columns, and based on those width, we can insert our text. See, we can set a precise width to be used, exact width size that is required in order to enter our data by all the columns in our table by clicking in the fixed column width. How it can be done? By clicking in the fixed column width scroll box and entering the value there. So let us see how we can achieve it. There is a fixed column width scroll box under the, once we enter inside a column and we need to choose the value there from the scroll box. So let us see. Okay, this is suppose our column width. See, suppose 20 point I am discussing. Okay, this is the way by means of which we can select, choose custom column width. Suppose column width I need 28 point. This can be achieved using this. Now, if we need to fix the column width for the complete column as 28 point, simply type here 28 and press enter. See, each and every column got fixed with 12 point. Okay, each and every column got fixed with 12 points. See, uniformity has been maintained. Now similarly, auto feed to contents. Apart from this, one more option is there, that is, if we are going to insert our content dynamically, then during the insertion itself, our cells will start automatically adjusting with the contents that we are going to insert. So how we can do it? We can choose auto feed option, auto feed to contents, which enables Word to widen columns based on the content. As I said earlier, based on our content, our columns will start stretching or increasing the size horizontally. You insert in them, that is, Word adjusts the columns as you type within the cells. So Word will automatically adjust the columns. Suppose we have inserted a word which needs 20 character, then automatically that cell will get adjusted. That is known as auto fit to contents. So how it can be achieved? See, adaptable width. Okay, if we press this adaptable width, then let me see. Now I am going to insert. Width is getting adjusted, but here length is not getting adjusted. In order to adjust according to the length of the text, adjust coulombs proportionally. Okay. Coulombs are getting adjusted proportionally. Table. Okay. This is a way by means of which we can adjust coulomb width and row height. Now apart from this, auto fit to content. So insert is not needed, delete is also not needed, select is not needed, size, row height, column width. Suppose we need to adjust it to 4 inch, then our size will be adjusted to 4 inch. Okay, so like this we can do it. Now apart from this, auto fit to window option is there. If we need to choose our content to fit to our window, in such situation we can select this option. We can choose auto fit to window, which adjusts the width of every cell based on the width of the screen. As per the width of the screen, our every cell will be adjusted and the individual can view it. For example, if we change our monitor for displaying at 640 by 480 pixel to 800 by 60 pixel. Here an example has been cited, that is, if we change our monitor for displaying at this set of pixels and these pixels, your cell widens, our cell will start widening. This feature works only with documents saved as web page. Now, auto fit to window option will only be applicable for one kind of document, that is web pages. Whenever those text document will be saved as web pages, only on that situation auto fit to window option will be applicable and viewed from within Word or a web browser, and those web pages when saved can be viewed using Word or a web browser. Okay, so these are the different auto fit options which are available inside the table menu. Now entering text into the table. See, to enter text into a table, simply type as you normally would after placing the insertion point. First of all, we need to place the cursor over that particular cell where we need to insert text, and then go on typing as we usually do. Okay, then in order to move to next cell, press tab to move to the next cell. In order to move to the next cell, press tab, as I said earlier. So suppose XYZ I have written, next cell, press tab. Then next cell, tab, like this. Okay. So this is how we move from one cell to another. Now selecting a row. If there is a need for selecting a particular row, then we need to click anywhere in the first row of our table. In any of the cell, we can click on any of the cell in the first row of our table, and then we need to go to table option. From there, select row from the menu. So how it can be achieved? Let us see. Suppose I have selected here on the first of table and then go to table. From there, go to table. From there, go to select and click on row. Go to select. Table, select, see, row. This row got selected. Okay. Similarly, if there is a need for selection of the columns, then click on any cell, go to table, select column. Like this, column will be selected. If complete row, if complete table needs to be selected, similarly we can achieve. Go to any, place your cursor at any point inside in any of the cell. Go to table, select, see. Select that particular cell, then direct select, or else if complete table needs to be selected, then go to table, select table. See, whole table got selected. So like this, we can do some of the operations in LibreOffice Writer. Now, adding images to a table. How to insert image into our table, we will see. Adding images to the table. So here we need to first position the insertion point in any cell where we want the image to be inserted. Now suppose there is a need for insertion of an image in cell number say B2 or B3. Okay. Then we will place our cursor at that particular location and then click on the clip art to select any image from there. Then we will go to clip art and select the image from there. After selecting the image, we need to click on insert clip button to insert the image in that particular area. So let us see. First, suppose at this location I need to insert image. Okay. Then what is the option? Click on the clip art to select any image from there. Then we need to go to clip art. Where is clip art? See, insert chart, insert image, insert text box. Here it should be there, insert image. Suppose this image, I am not inserting clip art, instead I am sticking with image itself. Okay, I have chosen image. Under this image category, suppose a picture is there in our computer which I need to select. Open. See, our image got inserted inside that particular cell. Like this, we can insert any clip art, any images into a particular cell. Click on the clip art to select any image from there. After selecting, click on insert clip button to insert the image. So this is the steps which I have shown in front of you. Okay, like this, in between cells also we can insert images or clip art or smart art, graphics, anything. Now, inserting rows, columns and cells. The next option is how to insert rows, additional columns and additional cells inside our table. So first option is select the column, inserting a column. First is inserting a column. Select the column beside where you want to insert a column. First of all, we need to select that column beside which we need to insert one more column. Then we need to go to table menu or tab, and from there we need to select insert. Okay. So here it should be like this. Delete, then go to cell, choose table, insert from menu, go to table, then see insert from menu. Insert from menu option will be there. Insert, then columns before or after. Before this column or after this column we need to use. Suppose before, then see This is the cursor where our this is the first column where our cursor was placed on the second row, and before that only, before this column, one more column got appeared. Now columns to the left. Similarly, columns to the left can also be inserted. Columns to the right can also be inserted. It depends. Insert to the columns. Insert a column to the left of currently selected column using this option. Then to the right, if there is a need for insertion of column to the right, then we will choose this option. Then the next one is see, picture depicting insertion of column. We have directly chosen that here same thing can be achieved from table toolbar. Okay. Then similarly, insertion from row is there. Select the row above or below where you want to insert a row. Choose table insert from the menu. Rows above, insert a row above the currently selected column. Rows below, insert a rows below the currently selected column. And then if there is a need for insertion of row at the bottom of the table, we need to position the insertion point in the last cell of the table and press tab. Once we place our insertion point in the last cell of the table and we click on tab, an empty row will be inserted. Similarly, multiple rows in step 1. Select the same number of rows that you want to insert, or repeat step 2 until the number of rows have been inserted. So these are the general steps of insertion of rows and columns into our table. So with this, I would like to conclude today's discussion. Thank you.